Welcome back to Dr. Carlson's Science Theater. What we're going to talk about this week is what are proteins and what is protein folding. Alright, so proteins are found in most living things, well, pretty much almost all living things, and you may have heard the word in terms of what you might eat. Things high in protein have a lot of proteins in them. Protein's the molecule. And they're basically molecules made out of things called amino acids. There's 20 different ones, and they're all strung together to make a big, long chain. And so what I have here today is I have sort of an artificial one that I made out of cardboard and things. And so this is a protein. We're going to pretend it's a protein, and it's a long chain made out of just two kinds. Instead of the 20 kinds that are in people and animals and plants and everything, there's just going to be two kinds. We have the red kind and the green kind. But what's really cool about proteins is that they wad up into these little tiny balls, like so. And then they float around in your body, or they make, muscle tissue, or whatever, all their different functions. They do things, which we call their function. And generally they don't do their function until they're wadded into the little ball. And the amazing thing is we can get proteins to unfold if we stick them in the right chemicals or the right condition. Like heating them up will tend to get them to unfold. And then if you allow most of them, if you allow them to cool off, they can often refold back up. And the cool thing is they always fold back up in the exact same shape. So it would unfold and then fold exactly into the same shape again, which is just amazing. And in fact, we can take a protein, make it from scratch in the lab, and it'll fold up into the exact same shape that a protein would be that you got like in the wild, out of an animal or out of a plant or something. And so there's something about that sequence of amino acids in the protein that causes it to always fold up in the same shape. Now you can do your own experiment about protein folding. All you need is an egg. So you take the egg, you crack it open, and then you fry it up in a pan. And at the start, you have an egg with lots of tiny proteins floating around in it, all curled up in little balls. And we just got done talking about how when you heat up proteins, they tend to unfold. And so when you unfold the protein, okay, it becomes a very long chain, and then what happens when you're frying an egg is actually all those long chains, they start hooking up next to each other and things like that, and they become kind of a gelatinous glob kind of thing, and they become almost a solid. That's because all those unfolded proteins are hooking up together to make a big mess. It goes from folded up, where the raw egg is, and then as you fry it, it unfolds, and then once it unfolds, then they start interlinking with each other, and they make a nice fried egg. So, the big thing that my research was based on was predicting what particular fold was going to happen for a given sequence. Since everything that has the same sequence folds up or wads up into the same kind of ball, the question was, how do we predict that? Could we use a computer to predict? Well, we know that some amino acids, like say the red ones, like to be on the outside. They like water. And some, we'll say the green ones here, amino acids, like to be on the inside. And so proteins will tend to fold up so all the red ones are on the outside. And things like that. And as some people who've taken high school biology would know, the shape of things often determines their function, what they do. So as we learn more about how proteins fold up into their various shapes, we can then learn more about how they do what they do and make proteins that do what we want them to do. So, until next time, remember every time you fry an egg, you're really just unfolding proteins.